Well, hello everyone. My name's Chris Turner. I'm the lecturer in Pastoral and Spiritual Care here at Stirling Theological College. Good to see you.
And I'm Angela Sawyer. I'm the Dean of Students and a lecturer in Biblical Studies at Stirling College. So great to be with you.
It is, and we're here today just to have a little conversation between ourselves and inviting you to that conversation around the extraordinary circumstances we all find ourselves in with the growing of the coronavirus in our community and the many challenges that represents for all of us in all spheres of our lives. Together, I think we're all feeling it, aren't we, Ange?
Yeah, I think there's a general sense in the community of anxiety, and we've sensed it amongst the staff and the students here as well. So we can only imagine that for many of you there are going to be some challenges and some changes over these coming weeks.
That's right, and all of our different responses, and we all have our own particular ways of responding to these sorts of situations. We just want to reassure you that your responses are valid and that we as a faculty are very willing and available to you throughout this journey, the study journey that you'll take alongside of all the other things that are happening in your life. We're here to walk that journey with you and to listen deeply to your experience and take them seriously and to find solutions where you're finding hurdles and challenges.
Yeah, and I think, Chris, you brought up the communication factor, that one of the strange situations with the coronavirus changes that we're going through is social isolation. So communication with one another as faculty and amongst each other as students will be necessary through your study, but it's going to be in a different format than what you might have been used to if you're used to coming on campus and being in a face-to-face class.
So you will have, for example, already received emails from our interim principal, Graham Hill, outlining really clearly what the policy of the university and the college is in response to coronavirus. We encourage you to read those emails and the attached documents really carefully and more than once so that you're familiar with the responses, but also be aware that because we are part of a dynamically changing situation, there will be regular updates to those communications, and information is the opposite of anxiety for you. If you are able to get yourself a clear understanding of the way the college is responding and what resources are available to you to enable you to keep studying throughout this situation, you'll feel much better about that.
So we'll have virtual classrooms and you'll be using technology like Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom technologies. You will also be finding that there are more audio posts, screencasts and video material available to you on ARC, and you'll be able to directly communicate with your lecturer through those technologies as well as with other students. Your lecturers will be available on email, and if they are dealing with their own situations in their own lives, the college has already looked at backup staff members, so you don't have to feel like you're going to be abandoned through your study. And that's another side that we wanted to talk about today was, I guess, the place that study can have in the midst of this change, that actually there's some continuity for you in your study. So even though the college will be having a pause overall for a week and that we will have an extended semester, actually your study will be one feature in your life that might be able to be a constant, and that we will in our units be able to talk about some of the issues that a situation such as a coronavirus pandemic raises for us theologically, pastorally and so on.
Absolutely, and you know, as we all know, human experience is one of the key sources for theology, and so here we invite you to bring your emotional responses to what's happening in your own families, your own communities, and to the broader news cycle and so on into part of that theological reflection that you'll be doing throughout this time. It is a challenging time. However, we're called to walk with Jesus of Nazareth through all of these kinds of times together and form the kinds of communities that we can. And in this sense, most of our community forming will be online. We want to encourage you to not be strangers online, not to allow the online scenario to isolate you, but to really, if you feel at any stage like you would like to communicate with your lecturer, do so. Communicate that via email. all of the formats that we have for online learning, including Zoom and Blackboard Collaborate, can also be used to set up one-to-one, face-to-face meetings with your lecturer if you have questions, anxieties that you would like to deal with. You can arrange that via email with your lecturer, and your lecturers will be willing to meet with you in those formats.
Great.
To share with you.
So keep in contact with us and be looking out for the newsletters that come to you. The information on there is important for you. You will also be making some decisions of your own through the next few weeks. So let us know of your personal situations and contexts if that affects your study. Don't hesitate to be in communication with us.
Absolutely. So we do wish you well, and we are holding all of you prayerfully and mindfully as the next weeks and months unfold. And our prayer for you is that Jesus of Nazareth will be found walking amongst you in the midst of it. And remember, we're all in this together with him.